Okay, every year the Young Turks do Jerk of the Year. And for the first time we had fan voting here, and it was neck and neck. There was three candidates that you guys thought were all worthy. Coming in at number 3 was, at 25.3%, Hillary Clinton. And so she got the third amount of votes. I feel bad even putting Hillary Clinton on that list because, look, she lost this historic election. She's got to feel awful. And I don't want to call her a jerk. That feels wrong. But you guys are the ones that put her on the list. You guys voted, so what am I going to do? Take that down? No, it is the reality. It's a hard truth, but that's how you guys feel. And look, she lost to Donald Trump. There's a good argument to be made that she lost the race she shouldn't have lost, and that has endangered the Republic. Well, speaking of Donald Trump, he came in number 2. You would have thought maybe number 1. 29.6, Donald Trump. But as you might be able to tell from the graphic next to me, you guys thought that the Jerk of the Year was actually Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Wow, at 32.7%. So the people's choice for Jerk of the Year was Debbie Wasserman Schultz, who of course ran the DNC. Now, look, for all the people who are going to be offended by this, we do Jerk of the Year every year. We never had the fan voting before. And loathsome guys, the first winner ever was Ted Cruz. And McCullough, who was a prosecutor, refused to prosecute cops, helped them in grand jury proceedings won in past years, and Donald Trump, et cetera. But just because they're Democrats doesn't mean they're immune from getting this award, dubious as it is. And it's not our job to regulate what the audience thinks. Now, we picked the winner for TYT. I want to tell you what the people's choice is, and sometimes we agree with it. Well, this is the first year of voting, and sometimes we don't. In Turk of the Year, we didn't. They picked Bernie Sanders, but I had picked Bernie Sanders last year. This year, we picked the Standing Rock. For Jerk of the Year, we wound up agreeing, but with just this important caveat. Debbie Wasserman Schultz and the DNC. So she was written into the voting. But I think that what the audience is getting at, and look, they can speak for themselves, and they did through the voting, but is that it's not personal. It's not that I don't like Debbie Wasserman Schultz. As a person, I get along with her fine. I've met her a couple of times. She's been on the show before. So yes, I feel bad having her win Jerk of the Year in that sense. But that's not what the point of this is. The point of it is, it's the DNC. It's the establishment Democrats. They decided that no matter how much people like Bernie Sanders, that he was never going to have a chance. The superdelegates were all going to go to Hillary Clinton. They were only going to do 6 debates, I should say, during the primaries, which is a historic low for the Democrats. So dozens of debates when it was Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. And now all of a sudden Bernie Sanders is running. We cannot have a real progressive. We cannot have a populist. The establishment candidate must be it. And the DNC both infuriated its base, did not represent its base, it represented its donors, and on top of it all, was wrong. Hillary Clinton was not the better candidate. The proof is in the pudding. She lost to the most unpopular candidate in American history. Donald Trump, on the day of the election, had a 60% disapproval rating. 17% of his own voters thought he was unqualified for the job. 15% of his own voters said they had an unfavorable view of him. They did not like him. Nonetheless, the DNC handpicked Hillary Clinton, and they liked her less. And everyone who cared about progressive priorities tried to warn you. DNC, we told you, this is not to rub it in. This is not to just say, ha ha, I told you so. It's so that we can all learn together. We told you that the country was in a populist mood. We were right, but you didn't listen. We told you that Hillary Clinton was an establishment pick, and the country doesn't like the establishment. They hate the establishment so much, they'd rather have the monstrous Donald Trump instead. So if you don't want the Jerk of the Year next year, DNC, for God's sake, go in an actual progressive direction. Bernie Sanders, according to the polling on the day of the election, would have beaten Donald Trump by 12 points. The last time someone won by 12 points, it was Ronald Reagan, and he won 49 out of the 50 states. It's not to say that Bernie Sanders would have won by that large a margin, because they would have run a lot of negative ads against him. But they also ran negative ads against Hillary Clinton, and it worked. And with a 12-point margin, Bernie Sanders, it appears by any logic, reason, and facts, would have won by a comfortable margin against Donald Trump because the country's in a populist mood. And rightfully so, because the establishment has been crushing the little guy. So if the DNC wants to be part of that establishment, they will likely earn this award year after year. If they want to turn around and actually be progressives, well, then you might actually represent the country. And on top of that, you might actually win. You might win elections, and dare I say, maybe even win the Turk instead of the Jerk of the Year one year. But it certainly ain't this year. Fix the media. Be the media. Come join us. tytnetwork.com/join.